And we are back with more of the solo D&D adventure. I'm glad I edited the last session before I started recording this session because there was a small number of things I forgot. Most importantly was that the person we were hunting was not a guard of the caravan that got ambushed. It was the harasser of the caravan that got ambushed. I forgot that bit, but I'm glad I rediscovered it. One thing has changed since last time is that I did do a reclass on Civwilch because I can. And instead of a ranger, he is now a druid, and I gave him the Beastmaster subclass. I made these changes because of the 1D&D druid changes that they came out with recently, and they looked really good. So now I have a bunch of things here for him. The Wild Companion, the Wild Companion's attack, and then his Beastmaster pet's attacks, which he gets next level, and his Wild Shape attacks, which he gets now. There is one change that I kept, or one change that I made to the druids. Originally, it was the Moon Druids only that got the AC bonus to their Wild Shapes. I changed that. Now, all druids get the AC bonus, but Wild Shape druids get everything else, such as the being able to cast spells and whatnot. It just seemed fair that druids are able to armor their Wild Shape forms away from just being a Moon Druid. So, there we go. That's all the changes. Civwilch is a full caster now because we kind of need one, and I really like doing druids. That's all I have for the changes I've made. Where we ended last time was that we found the trail of the caravan leading on to leading off the main path with signs of battle nearby, which means that the person that we're tracking down, who has gone missing, was here and did manage to waylay the caravan. Now we're just gonna follow the caravan trail and see where it leads. Civwilch will help scout by using his Wild Companion ability. The familiar that he summons is going to be Sakira. He has two types of summons. He has Sakira when he summons the Flying Familiar or Flying Animal Companion, and Yorkle for when he summons a Ground or Water Familiar or Land or Sea Animal Companion. So summoning the Sakira Familiar, I'm going to have her fly above and scout the wreckage. As such, I will have her stealth. I gave these familiars the same abilities that the animal companions have, which is they are proficient in all saving throws and all skills. 19. So scouting ahead, she will see this ambush area that I have set up. So the bandits up here on the ridge and the bandits down there waiting for someone to follow the caravan don't notice Sakira flying pretty far overhead, keeping an eye out. But she will use her, not telepathy because it's too far for that, but Civwilch will use his ability to see through her eyes, see what she sees. We can sneak up on them. Derek can harass the people on the ledge or try to tank the bottom. With that knowledge, I will call back Sakira and we will attempt to stealth up on this group. Ursus will go up top, Derek will stay below, and Civwilch will also go on top because he has range attacks. Derek will walk forward, let them see him, and as he does, the bandits will pop out and threaten him and start asking him questions like, "What are you doing here? Who do you work for?" And while they're all watching him, Civwilch and Ursus will sneak behind the bandits, and I guess we will Begin combat as Ursus will attempt to push the bandit off the edge, thus starting combat. The bandits were not expecting those on top of the ridge, so this is a surprise round. So surprise, 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 surprise. Civ will step forward. So he's just going to make, I guess, athletics check at advantage because they aren't expecting. Nope. At advantage because they're not expecting it. So it needs to beat an 11 acrobat or acrobatics is +1. Fails as this bandit falls off the cliff. It's just pushed. And let's see. How high is the cliffside? Alright, so it takes 10d6 damage. It might live if they're all ones. No, he takes 30 damage and dies as he just hits the ground. Go over here to prepare to do it again. Eric will rush forward. And he's going to toll the dead that bandit in the upper right for 2 damage. Not much, but it's what he got. Ursus will do the same thing. Because she's stealth, athletics at advantage to push. Well, he is not pushed. He manages to resist. So Kira has a movement speed of 30. Yeah, she'll fly over. She'll fly over and do an otherworldly scratch. The reason I have them on Civil's sheet, nice, is because they all use his spell attack modifier. So it's just much easier to have them all on him, as opposed to try to modify their 2 hits with extra modifiers to match his. Bandit, seeing his buddy fall off the cliff, there's 2 more up there, and Derek just hit him with a spell, will rush forward and attempt to strike the dwarf. Misses. This bandit, while surprised that Sybil's is there, will move back and target him with a crossbow attack. Just hits for 4 damage. This bandit will draw his scimitar, and the little fairy dragon that just slashed him is kind of annoying, so he will attack either. That is Civilch. That one. Bandit will step out and fire on Derek. Miss. Civilch he doesn't have any melee spells or melee abilities besides Wild Shape. Wild Shape for all druids is now a bonus action. I did not change that. That's just how it is. You know what? I'll have him Wild Shape. Wild Shape in form of giant wolf spider. Instead of small, medium, and he will action bite. That hits. So he makes it, so he's not poisoned. Well, actually, he takes half of the poison damage. So he takes, oh my goodness, 1. So many 1s. So that's 4, 2, he takes 6 damage. As this tiny lizard suddenly turns into a big spider, kind of freaking him out, honestly. A bandit will attack Ursus. 6, big hit. This bandit will rush forward and attack Derek. Miss. Derek will slash his longsword at the injured bandit. Misses. This bandit down there on the cliff will jump onto this rock. Fire down at Derek. A lot of missing going on down there. Ursus will attack with our short sword. Hits for 5. Advantage dagger 15. Hero will attack. Miss. No one has died yet. That was a surprisingly uneventful turn. It's Derek. Goodness, they're rolling so good for damage. That's going to shoot the new spider. The spider does not have the shield, so his AC is now 16. Doesn't matter, hits. Kind of freaked out by the spider that just bit him, so he's going to attack that. Misses. Going to bite. He fails his saving throw, so he takes 14 damage and dies as the poison courses through his veins. Spider Silvilch will move over here. Derek, you can hit that guy. I believe in you. Hey! 6 damage. Alright, Ursus, you have this. I believe in you. I'm going to use the daily reroll. There we go. 5 kills. She will then bonus action dash to get over here. So Silvilch attacks at advantage because it's not 1. Oh, well, with Ursus there he hits. He hits. Dead anyway. With that, Silvoch will then go here and proceed to crawl down the cliff. He can get to the cliff side with 15 feet, so then he's going to go 15 feet down. Derek again, swing at the injured man, 15. Finally kill someone. Bandit will fire at him, 3. Kira will fly the other 30 feet down in this direction. Make a scratch at that. Try to nibble on him for 15 or for 3 psychic damage. This guy notices the blind thing, so check out the ore. That's Derek. Oh no. Oh no. Derek is unconscious again. Don't worry, he's not dead. He's just unconscious as another crit takes him down. It's always the crits. Silvoch will dash 60 feet, so 45 feet into the ground. He has 15 feet left. There. Bandit's going to swing at the weird thing nipping at him for 4 damage, but she's alive. Derek gets to make that death save. He's up! He's up! Derek stands! He will not be brought down so easily. He will bonus action heal himself and take his sword and stab as he's distracted by the thing, by the fairy dragon. So the same turn, he saw Derek get shot like in the throat. He turns around and immediately gets stabbed by Derek once again, who just sort of pulls the arrow out and just, I ain't done with you yet. Don't take your eyes off the prize. Bandit, kind of alarmed, seeing both a giant spider crawl down the wall, seeing this tiny fairy dragon bite the guy, being able to take a hit, and seeing the guy that just got shot kind of shrug it off, oddly enough. Kind of intimidated. Gonna shoot at the guy again. Misses. She just says, "We'll draw her bow and fire down at the archer for 8 damage, and her next attack has advantage because of Vex." Go Shakira. You can do it. Yeah, 3. Oh wow, she actually kills him. The psychic damage as she bites into his hand, just rattling his brain, causing him to just have a seizure. As his mind melts and he falls over dead. He then flies over here. Bandit will throw his crossbow on the ground, draw his sword, and attack the spider. No go. Spider attacks the bandit. Yep. Oh boy. Oh, I love spiders, and this wolf spider is proving to be such a good idea. Derek will turn towards the bandit, pull the dead him. Hope this works. Only 3, but that's enough. As the necrotic damage ravages his mind. The party will regroup down here. Didn't go as well as they hoped it would, but it did show that they're on the right path, as they were interrogating Derek about his relationship to the caravan. So yeah, they're going to take a short rest before they continue on. They're going to find a good place underneath the thing here. Keeping an eye out for other bandits. Though it's kind of early in the day, I don't think we need to worry about it. And still, with just a short rest, he gains back 1 use of Wild Shape, as said by the Wild Shape abilities. Ooh, Derek is not getting a lot of usage of his hit die right now because he just keeps using it. He hasn't been able to recover since the last time. Nothing happens during a short rest, and we will send Sakira forward to scout while the rest of us search these bandits for clues on their hideout. So here are scouts. We will loot. So first thing I'll do is roll all their investigations. I guess this will be a flat roll, but do we find anything related to their outpost? Yes. On one of the bandit courses, we find a note stating that they are bringing the caravan to their outpost. Do not let anyone follow. They're suspecting mercenaries will be hired to try to find it. And we also learn that they were hired by one of the noble families in Iron Reach. The basic plot that we can discover here is that the food was hired by one of the noble families of Iron Reach, but then the caravan was ambushed by another noble of Iron Reach who wanted to be the one to give the food to the people to raise their own reputation, and that's who hired the adventurer we're currently hunting for, or we're currently on the lookout for. But then, here's the funny thing, because this is all crap I rolled since the last time I played. But then, these bandits are not the ones who took the caravan. These bandits took the caravan from the other bandits. So this is another family attempting to give the food away, who stole the food from another family that stole the food from the first family. So we're like 3 layers deep with this whole espionage thing. So Kira is able to successfully find a trail and will lead us to the next map where the what's it called? Where the bandits actually are, the hideout. So we arrive at the hideout. We see that the front gate here or so is guarded. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back here and we're going to stealth. So our average is 13. Okay. So as we're stealthing up on here, we do hear sounds. Sakira will, using her 20 stealth check, will fly up to the roof and look into the courtyard, where she sees horses eating, and one bandit sort of just shoveling out the hay and make sure the horses are fed and taken care of. He just sort of mumbles to himself about how just hungry he is. How he drew the short straw here. Of course, I'm the one that has to shovel shit. But he is wearing the same type of, not insignia, but the same colors as the other bandits that we just fought, showing that he is part of their group. So we are going to try to sneak in. See, there's a gate here. The gate is locked, so your sis is going to try to jimmy that lock. 21. She is able to pick the lock. She picks the lock and she slowly opens the gate so it doesn't make any sound. So we see the bandit sitting there, just a pitchfork full of hay, and we are going to sneak forward and try to take him out quietly. So I'm just going to roll a quick initiative for these 4. Depending on how things go, he could get a chance to alert the other bandits inside of the way station. Stealth hits them for 5. Silverwilch will then cast Magic Stone and throw the Magic Stone at the bandit. Hit for death. Early on, I was wanting him not to kill people because he actually values life. But I think I'm just going to get rid of that because it's hard to roleplay someone. It's hard to roleplay someone who values life suddenly taking life, or being shocked by suddenly taking life when everyone around him is also taking life. It sort of just becomes a thing, you know? Kind of used to it. Your sis will drag his corpse over here. Civ will try to calm the horses down. Alright, that's good enough. Manages to stop the horses from making a ruckus. And now we see Sonia is up there. So let's roll these guys' perception to see if they can find her. Yes. So Silvos will make it to Sonia, ungag her, and ask her why she's tied up. And she'll explain her job. She was hired by one of the families to capture some goods and give it to them, but then after they acquired the goods, they were ambushed by these bandits who have done the same thing, killed all of them, but they were going to hold her for ransom. And she's asking, why the hell is a kobold here? And he'll say, we were hired to rescue you. Don't know why, because he seemed like a bit of an ass, but here we are. He'll untie her, and then he'll motion for her to follow them so they can leave. And upon seeing the rest of them, get something more trustworthy, seeing things that aren't, kobold around. But she's gonna say, okay, interaction rude. Is there anyone else of her caravan alive? Yes. That said, protective of colleagues or patriots. means she might want to find them. Does she have... No, she doesn't have any of her weapons or anything that would have taken that. I'm going to ask her if she knows where her gear was kept. Does she know where they took her gear? Yes. Is the loot in the stables, upstairs, or the kitchen? That's the kitchen. She says over there. Last she saw, they brought her gear through this door. Gearsis will tell everyone to stay here while she stealths ahead, and she will get the gear. The door is unlocked. Investigation to try to find it. God damn, I don't have any more rerolls for her. But she was told. Would your sis get a reroll because she knows what she's looking for? Yes. One reroll. So your sis is able to find her armor and her weapons. Her armor and weapons and stuff like that. Your sis sneaks by, makes her way back up there. They deck out Sonia, and Sonia will ask if they are going to clear out these bandits, to which Silvo says, I do not think we can. We dealt with a small ambush, and that was hard enough as it was. An entire stronghold might be a bit much for us. And Sonia will sort of raspberry, just... Of course they send the weak ones after me. I'm gonna have someone try to roll a persuasion check. I'll have Yersis roll persuasion check to try to get Sonia to leave. Okay, so Yersis is able to come up with an argument to convince Sonia that we need to go back. We are not strong enough to take out this bandit stronghold yet. And even if we were to start combat willy-nilly, they might end up killing her companion if he's even here. She reluctantly agrees. Like, very reluctantly agrees. And we will escape. And we escape. Luckily. That could have been so much worse if Sonia forced us to fight. One more encounter today, and that's while we are at camp. Nothing of consequence happens tonight. The encounters are we come upon a cemetery, which is irrelevant because we are not moving. We're setting up camp, and then the Lost Weaving trial again. But we've already done that recently. I changed the party location token, so it's easier to tell where everyone is. So when I go to places like this, it's not white overlapping white. So we can see where we are with this big green circle and where we are with underneath because of the empty circle. It's unseasonably warm. We get 2 encounters, one in the afternoon and one early night shift. So as we are traveling by, a young woodcutter, scout, monster, racing through the forest to rescue a lost friend. We've gotten this one before in the last game with Lear, but now it's happening again. We find him, and he just rushes along the path, and he stops as he sees us. It says, you, I need help. Please. My friend is captured. The friend found them got themselves caught and trapped by 9 giant frogs. So as we approach this giant frog ambush, we see the commoner hanging from a tree, just screaming at the frogs, "Go away, get!" And while the frogs just look up to him, occasionally flicking their tongue out to either him or any random bug that they happen to see, seemingly just wanting to eat something. We'll be like, "Really? Giant frogs? Can he just walk away?" Frogs are fast. And what if they want to eat him? How is he going to get away? He can't defend himself. What's he doing out here? You know. Treasure hunting? Right, let's save your friend. Frog. Movement speed of 30. Going to leap over here. What's the range on the tongue attack? 5 feet. And look up at the man hungrily. This frog is going to try to jump is 10 feet. Do this times 5 feet up. Oh, he's exactly 10 feet up. So, he didn't climb very high. Frog will, I guess, try to bite. Oh my god, this guy's gonna die. Oh my god, he's dead. It was a crit. Hold on. Oh my god, he's dead. The frog just immediately seeks this weird untoothed maw onto his leg and pulls him down. The fall hurts him more than the frog does, but he's dead now. To which Silverwolf will look over to the scout, who is now like eyes wide in horror as his friend gets eaten by frogs, and just be like, "Okay, do you still want us to get involved? Are we still gonna deal with this frog situation?" No, we're not going to deal with this frog situation. There's no reason. The guy's dead. The scout we'll just leave. Let the frogs do whatever. The guy's dead anyway already. We're just gonna leave. And the scout's gonna thank us anyway for trying to help. And then he's gonna go on his own way. Alright, so the encounter we get is a heavily guarded transport passes. Are you going to... We're going to ask. Are you going to Iron Reach? Yes. Be careful, there are bandits in the area that have captured the last caravan going that way. This person's the only one who lived. They will say thank you for the advice, and we will share a campground for tonight. Next day. Oh, cool, it's a snowstorm this time. Well, that's harder to see, but it's also whatever. 2 encounters. You know what I'm going to start doing? Instead of rolling on both Xanthar's Guide and the Souls Adventurer's Guide, I'm just going to roll twice on the Souls Adventurer's Guide, because it has a lot of good stuff on there too, such as the, make your own encounter, whatever. Speaking of which, our encounters right now are level appropriate hard or level appropriate medium. Because we have Sonia with us, I'm going to go for the slightly harder one, which means I need to build up a CR3 encounter. Okay, we are going to go with another Gnoll ambush. We are attacked by 3 Gnoll flesh gnawers. Let's see, do they get the stealth drop on us? Ooh, the beasts are passives, so we might actually do it. It does. So they get a surprise round. Oh, with that, we have won the battle. Now, that was a hard encounter. I'll be honest, I didn't think it was going to be that hard, because I thought Sonia might be able to pick up slack, but she only hit 3 fucking times. Now, Ursus also barely hit, so Silverwolf and Derek did most of it. She's going to come out of hiding, and it's going to... Well, he is stabilized. He's not... Silverwolf isn't dying, he's just unconscious. And no... Oh, he still has a healing spell. Excellent. So Silverwolf is back, and Sukira will drop out of the extra-dimensional escape space in an hour. So we're going to take a short rest somewhere nearby. Sonia will remark, "Yeah, I see why you didn't want to fight the bandits. You guys would have been absolutely murdered." To which Ursus will defend us, saying, "What about you? You barely hit anything. No wonder we had to save you." So it's a bit rough right now for them. as Sonia doesn't like how, in quotes, weak they are, but they're doing what they can. Okay, end of the short rest. Next encounter, it's later at night. On Marsh Settlement, the road disappears and the place looks nothing like on the map. Oh, we traveled this road a bunch. I don't think we get lost. But there also is a chance on Marsh Settlement. Could be the campgrounds again, actually. We've been there once. So I'm gonna say like a +5 to this. Is this the caravan campgrounds? 9, no but. No. I think we got lost. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Civilage roll survival check to try to get us back on track. Excellent. We get back on track, we do the long rest, and we continue on. Something I was gonna do in this game that I ended up nixing was the idea of having a more grittier campaign, such as you only heal 1 hit die every day. But I decided against that on account of this game, or this Foundry. The long rest button is great, and having to manually recharge every ability and all spell slots and whatever would be a pain. So I'll save the grittiness for if I have to start over again, which hopefully I won't have to anytime soon. Oh, nice! No encounters today. We make it to Brecker's Landing without an issue at the end of the day. We return Sonia to the Adventurers Guild, where she is vocally kind of unhappy with us, but then again, she is a raider, and we don't really care what she thinks. But we did our job, and we will get paid a mild amount. We're just going to get paid 1,400 copper pieces and 20 Electron pieces. That's what we get. So, Oracle, +5 to this. Do we level up? Thank God we do. So we will spend the next, 10 days? Next 10 day? Yes, we'll spend the next 10 day training in our level, in which case we also need to pay for our living expenses. On the start of each week or month, choose a lifestyle from the expense table and pay the price to stay in that lifestyle. The prices listed are per day, so if you wish to calculate the cost of the chosen lifestyle over a 30-day period, multiply the listed price by 30. Let's see, if I remember right, Derek has something special. Oh, I didn't roll for everything else, I just did his life events apparently. Shame on me. Shame on me. A distant relative lifts him a stipend and enables him to live at a comfortable lifestyle for 41 years. So he actually doesn't need to pay anything, and he's living one lifestyle above the rest of us at his own in quotes estate, maybe a large house here by himself. But we do level up to level 3, so let's get that. After the 10 days of training, we regroup to share upon our skills. Derek lets us know that he has taken on the oaths of Moradin to protect others via offense. Yersis tells him that she has gotten in touch with a couple of the sailors and managed to learn some new tricks. And Sid Vulture say that he managed to meditate on the forces of nature and was gifted another companion, as he points to Yorko, patting him on his bulky shoulder. And with that, our party has leveled up. I guess what I'll do is I'll see which companion we are going to get next. I'm going to roll 1d6, and it's going to be first to 3. So that is Rissa, Maama. Maama. Alright, first to 3 is Maama. Maama Rhymestalker Muthaliku. Muthaliku, I made her actually a couple days ago. I've already made her... Actually, no, yeah, I forgot. I already made them all level 3 because I knew we weren't going to get anyone until we leveled up. Maama is a Goliath female. A barbarian. Or fighter subclass like barbarian. But the thing about... Well, one of the things about her is, one, she is the youngest person that was made. And her age was randomly generated. She is... I think 18? No, she's 20. So, yeah, she is 20 years old. She's the youngest, but the strongest. But she also has her own reasons to get into adventuring. I think she's looking for reasons to boast. Goliaths, if anybody has read Volo's Guide, or Volo's Compendium of Monsters, whatever it was called, Goliaths love competition. And everything they do is to gain another boast. So that said, if we were going to find Maama, we would find her doing something grand, such as she might be in an arena showing off, or she might be trying to take on one of the more dangerous jobs. Depending on how we get along, depends on whether or not she gains the party. Because in order for her to join the party, we must get her loyalty to at least 5. Which means that we need to help her out a number of times. We need to help her out multiple times and do things that she likes. Okay, so first quest, 47. Person is suspected of something. Spy or gather information. That's not hers. Corrupt noble. Investigate, implicate, incriminate, or expose. Ooh, neither one of those are things that she would be interested in. And also the things I personally wouldn't be interested in as well. 95. Adventure is thrown into a life-threatening situation. Okay. I mean, that sounds like something she'd be in for. So we investigate the potential of a 4th companion. We hear tales of a little frost giant who is eagerly doing whatever she can to gain renown, and she is quickly rising the ranks of the guild. Sounds like someone who would be good to have on our side, because we need another front runner. So with her, I'm assuming the way this is worded is that the whole point of this job is to be dangerous. The entire reason someone would take this is just to prove that they were tough enough to do it. So let me roll on the source board. You awake with a map tattooed on you. That's not relevant. And also, tattoos is not my thing. Orders from higher command, guild, or society. Ooh. So as we're asking around her, we go to one of the hired guild members, and they say that, listen, she is tough, right? She's skilled, but she might be a bit foolhardy in her skill. If we want her to join our party, we would have to show that we are on par with her with survivability. He wants us to go keep an eye on her and see about joining her on her quest. We ask her, what is her quest? What is she doing to prove her worth? What is this dangerous situation? And now I get to find out, obviously she's gonna be fighting hordes of something. Bandits, undead, gnolls are becoming a problem recently. So her quest is... That was the wrong one. Oh, well, 3 keywords for her quest. Web. Okay, so this spikes up some thought. Web makes me feel like that she's going to go face drow on her own. And drow are quite dangerous. It could just be a little scouting party, which would be the ideal situation. But also could not. The instrument they're looking for. The instrument. I'm thinking, my first thought is instrument of destruction. Not a literal musical instrument. Just something that can be used. I'm thinking a mold. Because of the word metal, I'm thinking it might be a metal mold that they want so they can use, so they can make an adamantine weapon of some sort. Because Drow are one of the few people that know how to forge adamantine. So Maama is going to go face Drow and stop them from getting this mold to make a weapon. We must claim it first and donate it to the guild. We asked, did Maama go alone? And the guild member will say, yes, she did. We understand why, but we disagree. We asked where she went. And this is not randomly generated, it's just me making it up on the spot, so I guess it's kind of randomly generated. That she would have gone to a cave system on the southern mountains bordering our land. So we need to go down there to find Maama and help her against the potential of a Drow ambush. Well, not a potential, we know it's going to be a monster fight of some sort. These hills are dangerous, but it should be possible. Now just let me very quickly make a map of the arena. Okay, the maps have been made. Drow Treasure and Drow Cave. Whew. Took longer than I would have thought or would have liked, but had to find the right one. We will. Blah blah. I have been recording so far for 2 hours and 30 minutes, or 2 hours and 40 minutes, and all I've done is walk back and level up. But doesn't matter. We gotta chase down Maama. So, with that knowledge, next we will take a day to prepare ourselves. So it's the 19th. And how many days behind her are we? Oh, we're only 1 day behind her. She left possibly that morning. So actually, what I'm going to do is, because she's going ahead of us, I'm going to roll less possible encounters. Because anything that would ambush her first. And not, oh wow, still 3 encounters. Okay. Let's see. Wolves. Level appropriate medium encounter. I will take the wolves because I can talk them down. Good enough, because the wolf CR is low. Next encounter. Level appropriate easy encounter. Unmarked settlement. There's not that many unmarked settlements around. So I guess we'll do the easy encounter. We're level 3 now, so I'm going to do the first thing I saw, which was bugbears. Okay, let's roll the bugbears stealth. We don't need a roll because we all know that they're there. So as we walk by, we just sort of hear them like whispering to each other in the bushes. They're quiet, coming by. Or speaking in Goblin. Okay, we've won. We defeated the bugbear ambush. The reality, it was just hard on Silvelch and Yorkle because I don't know, they got hit, but it's not like detrimental. And for the final encounter of the days while we're setting up camp, a creepy and unsettling token and or sign. So at our campgrounds, we find some sort of sign. It's creepy, it's unsettling, and according to the keywords, smell. It smelly smells. It smelly smells. It smells smelly. So a creepy, smelly sign might be the bugbears marking the territory, or the gnolls leaving fetishes around. Either way, it's not good. But that's it. A long rest. And the next day, nothing Nothing. See, I'm kind of confused myself because what I usually do is I roll and then move them, but this time I moved in and then roll. So I don't know if that actually changes it. I'm going to say no. So I rolled and then moved. One encounter in the evening or in the afternoon. 63 is level appropriate medium encounter. A long forgotten battlefield. How many died here? So as we're traveling, we find this long forgotten battlefield. Somehow forgotten at the crossroads where everybody passes through the most. Maybe it's a little bit closer to the hillsides. But it was one of the first battles, or one of the battles that raged when Brecker first landed and we were attempting to colonize this area. Move on to the next one as we hit the hills. Ooh, an encounter at night. So we're camping. Patrol from the nearest settlement. Or... Okay, an animal wanders across your path. It glances up at you, but doesn't seem particularly bothered by your presence. Well then, that's good news. Silverwitch will cast animals, or speak with animals, and communicate with it, and try to figure out what's going on. Or like, well, what's going on around here? Are we in danger? And stuff like that. So ask the beast, is it dangerous around here? Yeah, it is. You should be careful. What type of dangers are around? Knowledge? Creatures are smarter than me. They caught many of my people. Are they bipedal? Nah. Have you seen a very large bipedal woman with like bluish skin nearby? Yes, I have. She's heading that way. I saw her about a day ago. So this area is kind of dangerous. Well, is the blue woman the danger? No, she was friendly. Is there anything else you can tell me about the surrounding area? No. Okay. Have a good day. And then we go back to our camp thing. Next day, on the 24th. So seeing as it's said that this area is dangerous, when I can, I'm gonna err on the side of dangerous encounters. Or encounters in general. Heavily guarded transport, or... Ooh, bandits demand a toll from you. So there's a bandit. It's a bandit camped out here. Toll? There's no road. What type of toll? You take a toll from the blue woman? Did you take a toll from the blue woman? We tried. We decided against it. Can we convince you not to? Oh, okay. So someone can make an ability check to try to convince them not to do this. So Yersis will do it. It doesn't work. They're still demanding a toll. And I'm guessing now they're starting to get slightly irritated because we might be wasting their time. They're like, we're tired of playing around with you, visitors. Money. Now. There we go. One more chance. It can't be Yersis. Guess she already tried. Gosh, we're at intimidation. CR 11. Alright, we're fighting. They had enough of our shenanigans, so we're not going to pay the toll. If we're not going to pay the toll, they're going to take it from us. So I got to be careful with this one, because this is how Lear died last time, was a bunch of bandits. Sure, there are also mixed with blights, but there are still a lot of bandits. Is there a bandit captain with them? No. Okay. Right. Let's begin and hope that we live this. I hope you guys are enjoying the thing I'm doing right now, where it's like, yeah, I'm still showing the fight instead of cutting everything out, but I'm just speeding it up by like a lot. So you guys can see what's happening, but it's not taking up too much time. Derek, please. Derek might get a chance. Here, sis. Can I do a medical check on her little friend here? I think that makes it. Alright, there's third successful death save. You regain 1 hit point. But you're unconscious and start to rest. You remain unconscious until you regain more hit points, or until a creature uses an action to administer first aid. So, because she did that, Civ Welch is now at 1 hit point because she made DC 10 medicine check. Oh boy. But we're not done yet because someone is dying. Civ Welch will stand. Move here. Use his last spell slot to cure wounds. Derek Gray Mantle. Oh my god, for only 5. I've rolled 1 on so much healing during this combat. But with all of us alive, somehow, I don't know how the fuck we made it out of that, honestly. Oh, that was rough. But because we saved Derek's life, his loyalty goes up by 1, and we made it. But God, we are in a lot of pain, and we need to leave before more show up. Sooner or later, they're going to wonder, wherever these bandits are stationed, they're going to wonder why these people aren't showing up. So Civ Welch is like, rise and shine, dwarf. We don't have long. And Derek will stand and like squeeze the blood out of his beard as he looks at Civ Welch and Ursus and Yorkel and everyone is just bloody. Just yeah. Well, let's hobble away. And I'm going to have to roll a survival check to find a safe place to take a short rest because we cannot continue on like this. Yes, I find a place for a short rest. Really safe. Oh my god. I'll be honest, I don't remember if I had another encounter. I really don't. So I'm just going to roll one more D100. Looks like I do because... Of course. Okay. So the biggest issue I had during there was I could not heal at the same time I was controlling Yorkel because bonus action. I really cannot wait until I get that ability. Well, until I get my 4th level homebrew ability where instead of a bonus action, it becomes a free action to command him. But Yorkel did work. Now I just need to see about armoring him up. Okay. That was tense, but what's our next encounter? The sinkhole is open nearby, or howling in the distance. Neither of one directly concerns us. We are able to find a place to take a short rest, or a long rest. Derek held his own very well there. I mean, he did better than Civ Welch and Yorkel did. Holy hell! They just kept getting blasted. Next day. Gonna roll survival because we haven't been here. We haven't been, I guess, here around. We haven't been in the hills before. We gotta find our trail, which we do. We find Mama's trail. No random encounters. All right, so I'll say this now. I'm not gonna be too heartbroken if Derek or Ursus dies because they're just sidekicks. It's if Civ Welch dies that it is a game over. Same with the last game. Lair and Baja Rouge died, so it was a game over. Civ Welch is the main character. Civ Welch is the one who needs to live. So we're approaching this massive looking thing. What do you call it? A monument. There we go. This massive monument. It looks like to be some sort of demon. We're all gonna stealth as we approach. Oh, good. 10 and a half. Or, no, it's just 10. Which means that anything could see us coming. Or anything with a base wisdom of 10 could see us coming. The boss is probably going to be an elite warrior. So, by the looks of it, yeah, it's just going to be a drow elite warrior as the boss in the final area. And then just a bunch of drow delaying people as we make our way up. That's CR1, CR2. And now where is Maama? Maama would be trying to sneak up behind them. So she would be over here. 18. Makes it. So while we're attempting to stealth up the path, which doesn't work, we immediately get seen. The drow will call out, and they will speak in Undercommon, which no one knows. And looking frustrated at the lack of response as we know that we've been seen, and we look up at them as they hold their path, or as they hold up above the path, with crossbows and weapons ready. They'll try again, this time speaking in Elvish. Still no response. Gotta speak Sylvan though. Sylvan and Druidic. But they don't speak Sylvan. So they're just gonna get annoyed. And because we can't communicate with them and they can't communicate with us, they're going to assume that we're here to try to do something against their plans, and they're going to try to kill us. This drow hops down, steps here, and is going to aim a bolt at one of the nearest people. So either Sibwilt or the dragon. Doesn't matter, miss both. Ursus will bonus action dash as she attempts to climb up here. We'll need to make a athletics or acrobatics check to climb. Makes it. And then she's going to draw her bow and fire on this drow. Misses. Derek will rush forward and attack the elf for 5. She'll fire at the dwarf. He's +2 for height, but doesn't matter. Here in combat, they will run forward and draw their hand crossbow and attack at disadvantage because of range. With height bonuses, that hits. And he has advantage against poison effects, so he makes it. It's 5. This drow is gonna fire at Derek, the closest one, at disadvantage. Ooh. Okay, so Yorkul has a climbing speed, so he doesn't need to make that ability check. It's not a spider climb, mind you, but it is a climb speed. He hauls ass up the side of this cliff. And because he moved in 20 feet, adds a d6 to this if it hits. Yes. For 17, just impales her on his horn. I just remembered that he needs... that he goes during my turn. Oh well, I'm gonna let it slip. I'm gonna let it slide for now. Okay? Because that drow already went. If that drow didn't already have a turn, I would be like, no. And I'll just skip Yorkul's turn to make it fair. It will attempt to attack Yorkul at disadvantage, but it misses anyway, so... Dwarf... Really? Another 17 at disadvantage, +2 for height bonuses. 3? Derek! What have you done? You are poisoned for 1 hour. So that means all ability checks and attack rolls are at disadvantage for Derek. Oh, that's not good. That's really not good. Alright, so... gonna skip out on Sybil, just bonus action out of fairness. I could have summoned my Sky Beast again. That worked out magnificently well last time. But then again, with the Drow archery or line, they might just shoot at it. I could Lesser Restoration Derek and get rid of the poison. But I think it'd be best to wait until after this encounter to do that. Because he might just get poisoned again. And I only got 2 second level spell slots. Oh, shit! Fuck! You know what I could have done? No, do you know what I did do? Because I just remembered I can. I am dealing with a lot of things right now. It's okay if I forget. The Sibwilt can reaction cast resistance to give him 1d4 to the saving throws. So Derek makes it. Yorkul being a bonus action really fucks me over like a lot. I'd actually need to have use a turn of having him do nothing for me to prep. I wish I could this fine, but I'm just gonna run up and I'm gonna claw him. there's a lot of people. They're gonna shoot at Yersis, who is trying to get height bonuses. Remember, we're within 30 feet, so I can add a D4 if I need to. I don't. Maama, seeing that the people she was about to ambush got drawn away, is going to stealth dash over here. That's her action. So the way I'm imagining it is offhand hand crossbow and then main hand short sword. It's gonna stab your. That is 8. Your sis is going to shoot at the drow that just shot at her. No. Fire at the kobold. Shit. No disadvantage though because of range. Shit. 5. And that's the dwarf. I don't much care for the fact that they don't care about disadvantages. This route can only see the dwarf, the dragon, or the other dragon, all at disadvantage. No? Great roll. Oh, they're rolling so good with damage, and they always roll good with damage. I hate it so much. Like this. So Sivulch is going to use a turn to not command for Yorkle to do anything, so he can wild shape into, you guessed it, a giant wolf spider. And then bite. So let's just see first if I even need to bother rolling its save. 4 damage. Oh, yeah, it's dead. And then he's going to climb up here. Continue trying to fire at Yersis. Miss. Mama's turn. So she is going to break stealth as she screams in rage, drawing the attention of all these up here behind to her. And she is going to be as reckless as she needs to be because she has Frenzy, which means she basically does like sneak attack, but for barbarians every time she recklesses. So she's going to run here, reckless attack the bottom drow. Nice. 14. Didn't even need it. So I guess I'll just move that frenzy damage onto this drow, who she will attack with a cleave. Ooh, that's not good. But doesn't matter. All attacks had advantage against her anyway. The drow is conflicted about attacking a spider. Kind of forgot this whole thing. But she got over it, or he got over it. You don't remember. The AC 16 misses. Irkus will bow the same person she's been bowing. Nice attack against her has advantage. Derek has no way to climb these, so he's going to start making his way up, taking the dodge action. Drow will crossbow Maama. Not a crit. The first roll is 2. Con save. Yeah, she's good. And I'll also shoot Maama. -2. Zivos will look over with his mini eyes and see what screamed as he notices the little frost giant Maama just immediately cut a drow in half and going for another. Please, sir, can I have some more? That's a lot of damage. Damn it. So, 2 plus 3 is 5. Half of Pope 6. So she takes 11 damage. Could have killed her outright. Could have killed it outright. I'm going to keep calling her right. I'm ashamed. I know where's the man. 7. Failed is poison. And not only am I too far away to... I think I'm too far away. And not only am I too far away to help, I'm also a spider right now and cannot cast spells. How much can I attack? Recklessly. Wow. That is unfortunate. Oh, E. I forgot Sivwelch. I forgot that I'm going to have Yorkle actually attack now, because I can. Bonus action. Bite. This drow's dead. This drow doesn't get a turn. So Yorkle will proceed to climb up the cliff. But it also means that Sivwelch, when he was here, he could have moved down the cliffside to here-ish. Irsis is going to keep. Eventually she's going to hit. Oh, right, now it's a disadvantage. Hits anyway. For 7. And the next attack's at advantage. Drow's gonna stab. At advantage. Might be a crit. It's not. 2 damage. The Civ Witch only has 30 feet of movement, so climbing up the rest of the cliff here, able to get close enough to fight. No goes though. Drow's gonna continue shooting your sis. I have a feeling I know how this fight's gonna go. And this rate, your sis isn't gonna win. Hey, Maama. Reckless. Good. 11. Not enough to kill. That means what? That means you do the frenzy damage. Which is 8 extra damage. And then she's gonna turn around and sees a spider biting at the drow. She'd be like, that's strange, but anything is an ally now. And attacks. Here, sis. You have an advantage this time against effects, which means it's a straight roll. Oh, does she do it? She does. She's going to jump down the cliff. Bonus action dash. There makes it there. Can he see the drow? Yes. Cool. So he's going to toll the dead. The drow. She's going to attack the big lady who she has advantage on attacking. Misses. Going to attack the big lady who they have advantage on attacking. Misses. Oh, not doing so well. Civ Wilch. Cleave strike. Frenzied attack the one on the right. But because of frenzy, an extra 9, which does it. And then cleave the one on the left. At advantage. Doesn't matter, it hits, but it might be a crit. No. So take away the strength modifier, so -4 is 10 damage. And with that, combat has ended. As we regroup up here, Mama's rage is holding because it lasts for 10 minutes. The Civ Witch will drop spider form, to which Mama will look down at the small man. Like, really look down, as in she is, I believe, 7 foot 3 inches tall and 278 pounds compared to his 2.5 feet tall. And she'll just sort of look at the group and says, "What are you doing here? Did you follow me? Why are you fighting the drow?" They will say, "Yes, we follow you from city. Guard there. A guild member. Say worried about you taking on job alone. He want us help you." To which Mama will scoff and lean on her axe, saying, "I don't need help, especially from one such as you. This one can't fire a bow," she says, looking at Ursus. "Small and weak, it took significant damage for fighting one enemy," he says, looking at Derek. And then points to Civ Wilch. "You, Beast Lord, I assume you are. How good are you alone without your animals?" Which Civ Wilch will shrug and say, "Me spider form did very well. But me not gonna hinder myself because you don't like the way I fight." Which Mama will tilt her head, slightly impressed with that answer, and say, "Good on you. So if you're here to help me out, then how do you plan on doing that?" Civ Wilch will turn towards the giant colossus sitting above them, and turns back to her and says, "We not sure why drow here. Here's something about metal mold to create instrument of death." And Mama will nod as she continues to lean on her axe. "At least you did your research. And I'll be honest, the fact that you tracked me all the way from Bracken's Landing, pretty impressive. Now, I'm not feeling much for your copper friend here. As long as he stays out of the way, we should be fine." And Ursus will just sort of lower her hat to hide like just a sort of pissed off glare. And she just says, "One bad encounter does not describe entirely who I am as a person." And Mama will nod to her. "Then prove to me how good you truly are. If you're going to help me out, I do not wish to be carrying you around." And Civ Witch will use a second level spell slot to heal your system for poison. And Sid will turn to Maama. You think we have time for a rest? And Maama will look up to the statue and say, "Well, they've been going at it this long. See no harm in giving them another hour. I doubt they'll make much progress. If you desire a rest, take your rest. I will make sure that none come down the path. And we will take a short rest. I'm gonna roll. Something that's been bugging me is every time I'm editing and recording, I notice I say a lot, and I hate it, and I need to stop. Call me out on it. Make fun of me for being an umster. I almost did it again. I'm gonna roll a D100, and because we're close to enemies, instead of 25% chance, it's a 30% chance. So 1 through 30% chance of something happening. Or throw come while we're resting. While we're taking our rest, Maama, who is keeping watch, and I'll have her roll stealth. That's not actually. You know what? You know why? You want to know why? Fucking barbarians are awesome now. Because while your rage is active, you can use strength for any acrobatics, intimidation, perception, stealth, or survival checks. And seeing how quickly this happened, her 10-minute rage would still be going. So she's going to stealth with strength. I love it. I love it so much. And also perception with strength. Well, it doesn't take much perception to see them walking down the path. To which she will say back to the group. They're coming by. Get ready. We're going to have to kill them so they don't alert the others. Which we will prepare for a fight. And we will spring our ambush. Gonna have to roll their general perception checks. Oof. That means we need to actively try to stealth. You can push us over the edge. Yes, you can. Our average is 17.6. Rounded up to 18. We have beat the Drow's active perception of 16. Just barely, but we did. So we're going to ambush them as they get down to here. So we get down to here and then we spring. Misses, but with graze, which I forgot during the last fight. Actually, no, 16 hits. $13 kills. After that patrol, we will give long rest one more chance. Another patrol. How many are in this one? A full regiment. I don't think their short rest is going to happen, boys. Mama's rage is gone, and we can't really risk wasting the rest of it. So this is a scouting party that came back. Or a hunting party, or one of those. Let's see if they notice us before we notice them. Yes. Yes, they do. And I did again, so I was going to have them roll at advantage. I gotta punish myself somehow, otherwise I'm never gonna stop. So they are going to try the stealth. All they gotta do is get better than a 9. They do. So we are the surprised people this time around. it's just a lot of damage. She's dead. So after that fight, we'll all gather again, and Mama will be like, You are my reinforcements. I killed all of them. What good are the rest of you? The Silwich will say, I am more support. I heal and let my beast do the fighting. And make other people better. Derek will say, I'm frontliner. I'm designed to be hit a lot. And your sister will just stay silent because she has no excuse. She has no reason to miss that many attacks in a row other than the fact that she's out of her game today. Mama will say, you want to try one more time for your rest. We get it. We get the short rest. Which means we're also no longer poisoned because it goes away after an hour. So at the end of the rest... Okay, before I continue, how long have I been going? Oh, almost 5 hours. I think I'm going to go ahead and end it there because I have been going for 5 hours. I know I'm going to hate editing this later. Because as much as I love doing these, I sort of dread editing them for some reason. Because I'm afraid I'm going to just do them poorly. Poorly to say the least. Happened ever since the second episode of the last session, or the last game, when everything was bad. My voice was high and low and bad. Everything was bad. But we finally met Maama, who is so far unimpressed with most of the party. She thinks the only one that is worth anything is Civ Wilch. And that's because he actually plays an important role of healer, support, and summoner. But Derek has very mediocre martial abilities for someone who is designed to be a martial. And Ursus just doesn't hit anything. But her loyalty matters mainly to Civ Wilch. So she gains a +1 because he was able to track her. But that is it. Only a +1 because of the rest of the party. And that's where we are. Next session, we fight the Drow elite fighter, or elite guard, or elite whatever it was, and try to stop them from getting whatever weapon it is they want here. But I hope you guys had fun. I did. This session was stressful. There was a lot of near-death experiences. But either way, it's been a good one, and I'll see you guys next time. Beta Bua Gaspanach, my friends.